Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to the year of our Lord 2025, the year in where I have decided to be a silly goose again. Last year was really cool. I did a ton of really amazing projects. I also moved back to California. I'm in the Bay Area now. I get to see the water almost every day, which is tight. But in the middle of all that, we've had like an AI thing happen, which is I have a lot of feelings about. It's really leveled up my skills in a lot of ways. It's made me really terrified as an artist in a lot of ways. But in the middle of all that, I thought it was a good time to return to YouTube and start sharing fun stuff again. I feel like I haven't. I've been missing that, is what I've been trying to say. If you don't care about any of that and you just want to see how to make a Kermit the Frog meme, let's do it. If you're new here though, my name's Casey. I'm a web designer and developer, and I make websites and stuff. And I have a great time doing it. And specifically, I love making silly websites, and I haven't made one of those in a good while, and I thought it was the time, this was the time to do it. With meme-type content in general, I feel like it can be such a great driver of marketing growth, giving somebody a chance to express themselves within a piece of content is really cool. Thinking of stuff like Spotify Wrapped. When the Barbie movie came out, everybody was doing like, I'm fishing Ken, or I'm cooking with too much garlic Barbie. I don't know why I just thought of that. That would be a really funny Barbie though. And I've been wanting to make something along the lines of that for a while, and one thing I was reminded of way back was the Bill Clinton swag website, where you would, it's like the picture of Bill Clinton and he's got all the albums, and you could choose your albums and it would show Bill Clinton with that, and that was like all over social media for like 10 minutes. So that website is grabbing from the Spotify API. But another thing that I've really enjoyed just seeing this year is what books everybody have been into over the last year, what books people have been reading, which ones they like. And along that line, one of my favorite genres of meme is just any meme that has Kermit the Frog in it. I love frogs. I think they're so funny. I'm like the frog queer genre of human. So anytime I see a Kermit the Frog meme, I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's what I decided to make. I had an idea, and I'm just gonna walk you through how it came to life. I think it's really funny and fun, and I hope you like it too. Let's go. So this is where the process starts. Look at this one. He's so cute. Look at this one. Anyway, we want something that we can insert. So I looked around, basically just here on Pinterest, because there are so many Kermit the Frog memes. Also, did anybody go to the Casey Musgraves concert and this was like the background? That girl is my girl. Right, okay. I'll take you to Figma. This was the meme we ended up going with. I figured that it would be the easiest to put like a book cover right there. There were other ones where it was like two, but I know that when I am using the API I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna have the front cover, so this was the one that worked the best. I went through a few like silly design things. I was thinking of maybe I'll do this like scripty thing, but ultimately I like to keep things very, very simple, and I didn't want to make it too complicated, so I pared it back, and I decided to just go with this like cute, friendly font, and then use two columns so that you can see the books on this side, and then you can like populate it over here. I think in the Bill Clinton swag it has it on top, which I think is like better for mobile. So on mobile it'll go on top, but on desktop it'll look like this, and then there's the thing that's saying to screenshot it. The very like uncomplicated way I decided to do this was to gray out the image and then separate it into two. So there's the front part of the image, which is this group 1, which is just everything around the book, and then there's the image itself. And by having this be the sort of same width, once it gets into the like DOM, I can just have these be the same side, absolutely position this on top, and then have a third div that sits in between these two that I can fill with the background image right here. So we can have a div once it gets into into, I'm gonna develop this in Webflow, and we can just replace the background image of that, or put an image of that as the book cover. So that's what we're gonna do. What was your next step, Casey? Great question. This was, I built this a while ago, and it was pretty early in my like ChatGPT experience, so I literally just asked ChatGPT, hey, can you do this for me? And it pulled through. Google Books ended up being the API that I used, and this was actually super helpful for me to understand how to just do API requests in general, especially from something that's easy to use like Google Books, where there is not a ton to parse through. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the code. If you're interested in that, I'm going to write up a blog post that has all of this detailed in it as well. But just know I was able to get kind of what I need for the HTML, I was able to get what I needed for the JavaScript, and I was able to bring that into Webflow. And so these are sort of all my ingredients. I have the input, I have the front image, back image, and then in the middle I have the cover image. And then each of these images in Webflow, I make sure that they are justified correctly so that my front image isn't like sitting behind. I have it in front. The last thing is here under the select field, I have autocomplete suggestions divs. And in my code, I am just adding these in. So currently I have this hidden, but if I open it up, I have it here just so that I can style those classes and see what each of these things is going to look like when I type it in. But I'm gonna go ahead and hide it again. And then within Webflow, I keep all of my code in this little nifty part. Some people keep it in the navigator itself and add it to the bottom. But I currently keep it all here. Sometimes I'll write it outside of Webflow and then add it in just so you can test it a little bit easier, since you can't test JavaScript within Webflow. But this is how I do it. So basically what I have this code doing is every time I type into that little input box, it's going to ask the API, hey, let's fetch some suggestions with this query. So this first like few letters, if it's longer than 2, and then get all of that information from the books list and add it as a little div into that autocomplete bin, complete with the classes that I've already made. And then when I click on it, it adds that book cover image into my div. And it does that every time that I spin up a new book. So that's that. So I made this really big because I like when inputs are really big, but it might need to be a little bit smaller just for hierarchy reasons now that I'm looking at it. Every time I come back to this, I'm like, something needs to change. What's Kermit gonna read? Ooh, that's crunchy. Does it have the other cover? Yeah, this cover I liked a little better. Ooh, why does it have this cover and not the yellow one? I wonder if this is like the UK cover? I don't know. One thing I could have done is cut out his leg here a little bit more so that the book was better looking, but oh well. The benefit of this already being a pretty deep fried meme is that it doesn't look as weird when it's cut off, so that was helpful in this situation. I read this and nobody told me the third book wasn't out, and I'm mad about that. Should we make Kermit read some business books? I think we should. I did read this. What does it feel like Kermit would read, though? That's my little frog thing. It is live now. If you make your own Kermit, please share it with me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'm trying to be on LinkedIn now because I think that's better for my business, to be honest. If you want to see more behind the scenes of this project, I will link the blog post with more of the code below. If you want to work with me and you need a website or something like that, you can reach me at caseycat.com. My stuff's there. And yeah, I hope that you like this as much as I did. I'm pretty thrilled about it. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Bye.